What's up, Raider Nation? This is your boy Joe Raider. I'm back at it once again. This is Needed to Face Entertainment, NFL Free Agency 2022. The Raiders just woke up today, and let's just kick it off the right way. Anyways, after the last 3 days of no type of news, a bunch of speculation, a bunch of Raiders insiders that really don't have inside information anymore now that John Gruden has left, they don't really know what's going on, and we all just found that out today. I mean, with all the corresponding moves that happened today, none of these reporters saw it coming. Nobody saw it coming at all. I don't care who you are, unless you were the player or Dave Ziegler himself, you didn't know what was going on. Don't lie to yourself. Anyways, I woke up this morning and actually saw a signing for once. Bilal Nichols from Chicago Bears, defensive tackle, feeling a big need. He's a young, talented guy. He gets pressure, but he's a better run stopper. Fits the 3-4 system very, very well. Fits the system overall. It's exactly what Josh McDaniels and Ziegler are looking for this defense. So this is exactly what I thought we were looking for. I don't really know him too well. I spent some time looking at tape, but a lot of information was coming in one day. Don't know too much about him. I had to study up on him, but I'm glad I did. He comes from the Chicago Bears, spent time with Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack benefited very well off of this guy creating space. He takes up some space. He can actually get to the quarterback. He has a lot of pressures. I think he had 11 sacks out of last 4 seasons. That's pretty high for a defensive tackle. More importantly was the fact that he fits the 3-4 system, what I thought we're actually going to. I heard other rumors about going to a 4-2-5 and all that mess. Right now, it's really looking like a 3-4, and I'll explain that a little bit further on. But right now, that was a huge and a good signing and a young signing, and it fits that defense very, very well. I was very pleased to see that. After being slow for the last 3 days, this was very refreshing to even see and then wake up to, so it was nice to see. Then as the day went on, the ball just kept on rolling. As I said time and time again, that I felt like Carl Nassib, I felt like Nick Kalkowski, and I felt like Corey Littleton needed to be let go. I didn't know it was going to be in one day, and I didn't know they were listening. I didn't think they were watching, but apparently they are watching. No, I'm just joking. If you were really paying attention to the roster, it's very obvious that they don't fit the system, and they're getting paid a lot of money. Terrible, terrible moves by Mayock. Terrible moves as far as how they paid them. And just overall system fit. It didn't fit Gus Bradley's system. It didn't fit defense of a 3-4 at all. It only fit Paul Guenther's really system. And they just tried to make it work last year. That's why Corey Littleton, that's why Nick Kalkowski sat the bench most of the time. You hardly saw any of Carl Nassib at all because it didn't really fit the system. And he's an okay player. Malcolm Koonce should have started over Carl Nassib. Carl Nassib shouldn't even played. But they're paying him that money, so they put him out there. That's just my honest opinion. You can disagree all you want, but this is what I see, and this is how I think it is. But as the day went on, I was happy about that. You sat back and you thought about things. Okay, we cleared up some cap space. We ate a little bit of cap space, but we opened up some more cap space. What are we actually doing right now? No big signing has happened. We just kept on clearing cap space. You didn't know really what was going on. Everyone was on edge and on speculation, rumors, Gilmore this, and then out of left field, an absolute bombshell hits us. Chandler Jones, free agent, signed right on the spot. I said, what? I said, Chandler Jones, the one that's really good, Chandler Jones? Yeah, he signed. Oh, wait. And I waited for the verified check marks to tell me that was true, and it was true. I said, oh, man. I said, that's going to be an awesome tandem. You got Max Crosby. You have Chandler Jones. You have Yannick Ngakoue. I can actually say his name now. And guess what happened after that? He was traded. Yannick Ngakoue. As soon as I can say his name correct, they trade him. That's what happens to me. I mean, as soon as I figure out how to say his name, they trade him. I'm not the only one. I'm right? It's a little inside joke. When he first joined the team, I couldn't say his name to save my life. Yannick Ngakoue got traded to the Colts. And I have to look at my notes for this one because this is a real tricky one. I know who it is, but I struggle to like get his name in order. It just sometimes doesn't process. We traded Yannick Ngakoue for Rock Ya Singh. I know him as a player and when he was coming out of Temple. And I was like, man, he's a decent player. He's a good, solid cornerback. And we actually traded player for player. That doesn't happen anymore. That usually happens with, draft picks, some type of capital, some type of anything with it. It was just straight up Yannick Ngakoue for Rock Ya Sin. And I'm probably saying it wrong. I know. You don't have to comment below that I'm saying it wrong. Pretty much know I butcher people's names. But anyways, I know who he is. I've seen him play. The backstory on him is that the Colts felt like he wasn't being used correctly and he was getting injured a lot. And a lot of the fans said the same thing. He wasn't playing man-to-man, which this system is going to require you to do. It's a win-win situation here. You got rid of a terrible contract in Yannick Ngakoue. As far as what he was getting paid wasn't what he was worth. And then you put in Chandler Jones. So you can just equal those two out and say, well, we won that part. And then we got a position of need with Rock Singh. I'm just going to call him that from now on. Rock Singh, we got him at cornerback to compete with Mullen. Mullen was injured, hasn't looked too great. If you watch my other videos, you'd realize that I'm not too high on him like other people are. He's got to prove something. This is a contract year, and now he's got some competition. And this all happened within a 2-minute period. It just smacks you in the face. Imagine going 3 days of listening to speculation and to hearing all this news at one time. It's kind of nuts, especially for me. It was kind of nuts. It was kind of all over the board. People didn't know what to believe. But we all got it figured out. There are some other notable signings. But as the dust settles and I think back on that whole, the whole deal, I'd rather have Chandler Jones, even though Yannick is younger. Chandler Jones is going to make a big difference. And especially in our division, we need someone to harass Russell Wilson. And from Chandler Jones's track record of being with the Cardinals, he has harassed Russell Wilson a lot. So therefore, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And to get to the rest of them, I'm all for it. And I'm finally seeing the other teams. I got onto the other team's website. And I can see them panicking. What they said is, yeah, the defensive line looks good, but their secondary sucks. So we're getting progress here. They're a little bit shook up about Max Crosby, Yannick. They're a little bit shook up, and that's a good thing. And now we got to just kind of build on that secondary. But tell me what you think about this whole trade with Chandler Jones and Yannick. I've seen some people that didn't really quite like it because, Chandler's a little bit older. If the guy can still ball, then it's no big deal. I mean, 3 or 4 year deal. I think he can last 3 or 4 years. He's a good ball player. I think he's only been injured 1 year. He's had double-digit sacks every year. This guy's like insane when it comes to sacks. So I finally got someone like that outside of Khalil Mack. And yeah, I'm excited about it. Low-key signings. We had a couple of signings under the radar / low-key signings. I see more so as competition / special teamers. One of them was Mac Hollins. And you're like, who the fuck is Mac Hollins? Mac Hollins was that guy that caught the ball from Fitzpatrick when Cleo Farrell grabbed the face mask of Fitzpatrick and lost the game for us. You remember that? Yep, he was the guy that caught the ball. And yeah, we all remember that. Mac Hollins was that guy. He's a very tall, 6'6", I think anywhere from 6'6" to 6'8", and he can run pretty good. He's a special teamer, but on that play, he apparently was a baller. So, good guy to have in camp, good big body to have in the red zone. Don't know what they're doing with them, maybe just for special teams. I see that as a special team signing, but I dig it. It wasn't a lot of money, so I'm for it. So the next two signings, obviously, it had to happen. We all knew this was going to happen. But 2 Patriots players. First, Brandon Bolden, super huge, but he's a bruiser. He's not like the Jalen Richard. He's going to get in between there and, whatever, 3rd and goal, whatever, 3rd and inches. He's that type of change-up back from what Josh Jacobs is, but that's a perfect duo right there. That's what we need. The controversial, and I don't think I've ever heard this in my life, is the fullback. We got rid of Alec Engel, which didn't fit this system. And a lot of people are confused about that. He fit John Gruden's West Coast bullshit system. You know, the one that was so predictable and everyone understood. So Alec Engel is a good player. No doubt about that. The biggest issue is he didn't fit what Josh McDaniels wanted to do. And a lot of people are not understanding this signing. Jacob Johnson, the fullback off of the Patriots, obviously. I mean, we all saw it coming. We all said it. Like, man, watch him go after. He's a free agent. Next thing you know, Alex Engel gets released. Anyways, he is a pure fullback. He's your smash your face off extra lineman fullback. He's not anything extra or special, but he just does the job. That's the Josh McDaniels type of fullback. Alec Engel was your extra tight end / H-back or whatever they called that back in the day. That's what Alec Engel was. He was more finesse. He wasn't, raw and I'll punch you in the mouth and I'll make a hole for you. That wasn't Alex Engel. You guys are great bodies to have behind Josh Jacobs and helping out Josh Jacobs, paving a way. And we need all the help we need on the offensive line right now since we haven't addressed that. Maybe that's day 2. Maybe that's right now as I'm speaking to you guys, because the way the news is rolling in, who knows? I might have to turn on the camera again and do this again, or part 2 of what I'm doing right now. I should just do this live. Let me know if y'all want me to do this live. But anyways, I'm ranting. The next free agent we picked up earlier that day of sometime I can't remember was Darius Phillips off of the Bengals. Young, talented cornerback. More competition for Mullins. And another man-to-man guy. Did a good job last year. Did a decent job last year. He wasn't utilized great. But still, we got him on the cheap. We got him might be a good camp body. We could release him with no problem. So I'm not really hating this pickup. And the other pickup was Anthony Averitt Jr., a.k.a. Damon Arnett's little brother. It's I'm just joking. That's an inside joke. A lot of people were confused because of the hair, I guess. I don't know. Filled in last year for injuries. He did a solid job despite his PFF grading. If you watch watch a couple of games, he did good on Tyreek Hill. That's why they were kind of intrigued by him. So therefore, they picked him up in this free agency. Again, he was a cheap pickup. He wasn't too expensive. I think he was $3 million or something like that for a young guy. That is not bad at all. We have a lot of young guys on the secondary. I wish we would go after Stefan Gilmore. Stefan Gilmore is a name that's been kind of floating around the Raiders. He's actually following the Raiders, and apparently he doesn't follow any team unless he's played for that team. The Patriots, the Panthers, and now he's following the Raiders, which is very odd. And he's been doing that since the tampering period, so I don't know what's going on at this point with Gilmore there. But I hope he does sign. And another name I'd love to see is Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badgers. I'd love to see him. I wish I could call him right now, but there's a couple other guys I would love to see, but those are my 2 I want to see get signed in the secondary. As far as a defense to kind of round out the defense, as far as offensive goes, I just want an offensive line and then pick up a wide receiver in the draft. I don't believe in an offensive line in the draft. Y'all know that. Last year, I was so mad about the right tackle. Just picking in the first round in general, I mean, I don't care who it is. Now the division being so stacked as far as defensive ends and the weapons that everyone has as far as pass rushers, you shouldn't put a rookie out there. There's no way you should be putting a rookie out there. But that's just my honest opinion. Let me know what you think about today's transactions, about the free agents, about the trades, about Chandler Jones, about future pickups, who we should pick up. Everyone wants to pick up Davante Adams. That's a big problem there. So that may not happen right away unless he goes full Antonio Brown. We'll never know. But in the meantime, the guys that are free agents or possible trades, let me know what you think in the box below, who we should pick up in this free agency, who we should be looking at. Until next time, which will probably be an hour from now, because the way the Raiders are moving now is like at light speed. They probably signed like 5 other people since I've done this video. That's why I should start doing them live. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment below. Turn on the notifications. And I'm out, Raider Nation. Peace.